Alright, we have another Season 11 Cup game at the top 16 again. This one is going to be Swartzkoff, aka Popular Hermit, versus Handsome Dan. So, Crane and Lion. Ooh, interesting. We see a Matsu's 7th Legion and an Ujiaki here for Lion. Obviously, you don't want to play either of those. Yeah, so he's just going to play Toshiro. Toshiro is a really good character in HMT Lion because he can turn on the stronghold really easily by himself. Gifted Tactician is alright as well, but I think we might just see Lion take the passing fate here. Crane is going to play Guest of Honor with 3 fate, so yeah, I think you definitely take the passing fate here as Lion. I guess you could play the Tactician. Okay, yeah, he does play it. So he will give Crane that passing fate there. But that's not the end of the world. Crane is on Dragon Splash for 3 Let Go, 3 Fury. He is running Keeper of Air. Lion is also on Dragon Splash, Seeker of Void. He's running 3 Let Go, 1 Ancient Master, 1 Tattooed Wanderer. I was kind of trying to eat before this game started, so I'll probably mute for a little bit. I'll try to keep doing commentary, but that's what's going to be happening here. So I think the defense here is probably in part to turn off charge, which could make it very difficult for Handsome Dan to actually use his stronghold here if Crane has like a Fury or something. Ooh, we see a Soul Beyond Reproach to honor the Guest of Honor. It's always a little bit unfortunate when you have to do that just to single honor somebody, but could be worse. That does let him unbow with Magistrate Station if it doesn't break, and if Toshiro uses his ability, then it's definitely not going to break, so... Okay, so not getting the stronghold use is pretty significant there. That means you won't get to do a military attack with the Gifted Tactician, which will not let him use that ability this turn. Crane can probably just pass the first conflict here, since Lion is first player. Like, Lion's going to do a poke attack either way, right? So then you can just decide whether you want to defend it or not. Unless there's a specific ring you want to get, I guess. Like... Okay, he does pass. I was going to say he might want to stop Dan from getting the fire ring. The earth ring looks pretty good as well, though. But yeah, not being able to charge somebody in that conflict was unfortunate. He did still win, so he got to avoid the Guest of Honor. And that ring is off the table now, but... We'll see if Dan's going to attack here. Advertising? What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know about that. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure how the advertisements work. I know that like people who get a lot of viewers can like manually play ads during a break. I don't think I can do that. They probably still play ads anyway, though, um, just on their own. I'm not really sure. Ooh, what happened here? Wait, what happened? Handsome Dan passed his conflict. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the advertisement. Um, wow, so it looks like Crane was able to get an Earth Ring there. I'm actually a bit unsure why the Gifted Tactician just didn't attack. Oh, did he stay standing? Okay, I think he just stayed standing to take the favor. Yeah, that's what happened. That's fine. So now you can play Ujiaki. We see a Brash Samurai over here. Ooh, plays Lion's Pride Brawler instead, though. He could still charge Ujiaki. That would be strong. So this is interesting here. We see the Brash Samurai attack water, so that kind of forces the Gifted Tactician to defend, but unfortunately he hits Shameful Display. And if he loses this conflict on defense, then Dan gets to draw a card. So we'll see if he has... Spending away the Crane on a 2-Fate Brash Samurai feels pretty bad. So he probably doesn't want to do that. But he could have, let's see what he could have. Assassinate feels bad as well. He could have Admit Defeat. That would be decent. That's about it, actually. Admit Defeat or a conflict character. Ooh, interesting. We see... Charge on Kudaka. There is... Oh, okay, so yeah, that's fair. He was thinking if Crane... Ooh, Cloud on Guest, nice. If Crane has a Way the Crane there, and he honors Brash Samurai, that's going to turn on his... I guess Let Go'd. It's going to turn on his Voice of Honors, and then maybe you won't be able to charge. So he's just going to charge before that can happen, and now he can go Air next for Kudaka. Or Fire. Fire would be good as well, probably. But we'll see. Probably Air. Okay, he's actually going to try to just use the box here, actually. Interesting. I just said actually twice. Ooh, he does have Fallen in Battle in this list, but Again, that could get Voice of Honored very easily. And it's just a Brash Samurai who's already honored, so... Ooh, he's going to play his own Bonsai, though. Okay. So you're probably fine with that as Dan. Like, it's not a big deal. You can still potentially get that with your LPB attack, although he did discard away the Lion last turn from the Earth Ring. So, as Dan, the only thing I think you're still really worried about is that... Ooh, Tattooed Wanderer, that's really strong. I was about to say, if Guest defends, you can't play events. And then Guest can Magistrate Station. But this way, you can still play events, because you covert Guest now. He can still stand up the Brash Samurai, or wait for you to bow the Guest and then stand that up. We could actually... I think what we'll actually see is... No, use bow Guest. But yeah, we could see a... Ooh, he could go fire, charge Ujiaki, and then bring Toturi into play, and get a double firing, dishonor both of these characters. That would be pretty strong. Crane will still get to use the Magistrate Station during the conflict, though, of course. I finished eating also, so I'm going to be right back, and then the commentary will continue as normal. Ooh, interesting. We see a Miramoto's Fury ready for battle, but that gets cancelled by Voice of Honor. I wonder if he doesn't have another charge here. Ooh, he does have the charge. He's just going to go ahead and use it on Toturi. Ooh, second Voice of Honor, though. Unfortunate. He really needed to get that charge off there. You should still bow the Guest of Honor, probably. He's trying to bait him into readying the Brash Samurai, probably, and then you bow Guest after that. Although I don't think it really matters, because he's just going to break Shameful. I think Lion should still be able to get the favor this turn. Or at least tie it, and then keep it. Unless he bows the Guest, and then Crane stands up the Brash Samurai, and then just doesn't attack. Okay, he doesn't do that, though. So yeah, Lion should be able to tie favor. Ooh, that's strong. We see an Ikoma Reservist played. So this way, Crane could have another Fury. It's unfortunate that Dan has political favor here. Military would actually be better during this conflict and probably this whole turn. But of course, you usually go political favor against Crane because of their stronghold. So if he wins this firing, he can dishonor the guest. That turns Voice of Honor off. Or you could just honor your LPB. That might be better, actually. Yeah, you just do that, right? Ooh, we see a Steward of Law. So he's going to for shame, potentially. Hi, Isomalt. How's it going? Like, this has to be a for shame, right? Ooh, fine katana. Oh, okay, so he's actually just trying to prevent the break, it looks like, by playing a Stewart. But Dan is going to get that with a fine katana there. I'm sleepy, can I sleep? Yeah, you can sleep if you want. Hold on, I gotta check a card. I can't, I have to work. Oh, that's unfortunate. Whoops. Shoot, I missed some things. Okay, so Crane is going to break Shameful Display and discard Torturi. Interestingly, he does not decide to go for the Ujiaki there. The guest did get dishonored with that firing. Ooh. Some Matsu Berserkers. That seems pretty good for Dan. He is first player as well. And he does still have the favor. Okay, he's going to play Spirit Caller. That's fine. He has the Toturi. 7th Legion even. Should be good. Pretty sure Crane doesn't have Cloud. Yeah, he just has 3 fans as his attachments. What's he going to play? He has a lot of Fade if he just wants to slam Hotaru here. He could also play Mia Mystic to kill off this Tattooed Wanderer, potentially. It's always nice. Oh, Crane even has an Ancient Master in his deck. I missed that when I was looking at the splash. Ooh, interesting. Crane is just going to pass. Isomalt says I'd play Scout and pass depending on hand. Yeah, playing Scout seems fine. But yeah, save Fate for next turn, sure. What are the other 2 provinces here? Especially if Hotaru is on Shameful. Yeah, that's a good point as well. So we saw Shameful and Art of War. So it's Manicured and Pilgrimage. So, I mean, these 2 provinces aren't really too scary. Unless you don't break Pilgrimage, I guess. Crane still has Shameful, Upholding, and Manicured. Man, Crane has so much fate here, though. We could see some conflict characters come down this turn. I wonder if Handsome Dan is going to try to charge Ujiaki. Honestly, Dan doesn't really have a lot of characters here. Dan looks dead? Yeah. It feels like probably a bad spot here for Dan. Two bits from Travis. He takes the lead there. I don't think Luke is here right now, so he'll keep that for now. Thanks for the bits again. Like the Spirit Caller, what is the Spirit Caller really going to do? You could get a double ring on attack, maybe? I covert the Luke, yeah. You could go covert water ring and bow. Like, just try to bow everyone, basically. If you have a military buff, you can bow the brash. And then you can water ring the guest. It's gonna go Earth, sure. We'll see what province he finds here. Uh-oh. We have 100 bits from Isomalt. He is now the bit leader. Thank you for the bits. Travis will need 48 more if he wants to take that spot again. Yeah, I mean, you beat Luke, so still #1 in Ohio, yeah. Okay, so he finds Manicured Garden. That is pretty okay to find. Like, it's not shameful, so... I mean, I guess shameful would actually be okay here, because you're coveting guest. It would just... If he defends with Stewart, then you just can't get dishonored. He's going Void, so yeah, I don't think he's going to go for double Void. I don't get to eat unless I receive bits. I mean... Oh, yeah, that's true as well. I definitely appreciate the bits. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that I have 6 subscribers right now. I think it dipped a little bit a couple months ago, but it's kind of back up now. I get concerned when there's no games to stream, yeah. Okay, so Lion Sprite Brawler is going to bow the guest. He could favorable ground the guest in. I'll be alright, I won't starve, probably. If he wants to prevent events, that is. We see an Akoma Reservist. This is going to get him the break. Sure. So he's probably going to be saving the Spirit Caller. He's pretty set on a military conflict, but if it's political, he'll have to probably just bring in Kudaka. If Lion can make it through this turn without getting messed up too badly, I think he should be okay, though, because he's going to void the Brash Samurai here. So Crane's board will clear. Of course, next turn Crane's going to have 19 Fate, though, so maybe not. Ooh, small bonsai? I think we see small bonsai here, so he can use the stronghold. And then maybe he has some more conflict characters. He's going to get some more pokes in. Seems good. There's a Voice of Honor, though, so he won't get to do that. The other thing is, if he does get to use the box here, he can just play a conflict character, attack, and then bring in Toturi and get another break. Ooh, we see a Censure to cancel Voice of Honor, though. And he's going to actually bonsai again. Okay, sure. I mean, this secures the break even if he, like, assassinates this guy, but if he does that, then you don't have a box target. We'll see. Oh, hey, Isomalt just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you. That is 7 subscribers now. Not bad. Okay, so favorable ground moves in the Steward of Law. Sure. Is he gonna force shame now? I think we might see a force shame now. He wants to probably prevent this stronghold use from coming out here. And I don't know what what Crane can do about, or sorry, what Lion can do about that. Oh, he can ready for battle. Any force shame in discard? No. All three voices though. And there are no censures in the Crane deck, so that is all of the cancels. Yeah, he could have ready for battle. There are 2 of those in his deck. Ooh, strength in numbers to send Steward of Law home. That's actually pretty sick. He could Void Fist the Stewie. Well, he almost did that. He did half of that for 1 fate. Man, that's kind of sad when you think about it. He just played half of a Void Fist for 1 fate. But he is going to get the Stronghold there. Yeah, get that Steward out of here. He has already used 1 ready for battle, so it's not too likely he has the other one in his hand. Fair and balanced, yeah. I mean, Void Fist is on the restricted list, so I guess it is fair and balanced now. Right. That's how it works. Ooh, Political Rival. Political Rival, the covert is not really going to do anything, but it is obviously an extra political body that he can bring in here. He can go in with maybe the Rival and the Steward for political. He still has 6 fate left after a 3 fate Rival. Wow. Ask that about Tadaka? Yeah. I mean, obviously they decided Iron Mine wasn't actually broken because they took that back off, right? How do you feel about Tadaka on the restricted list? I mean, that's kind of the same thing that happened to Crab, right? Like, they took off Iron Mine and put on Rebuild, so our deck just doesn't change. It just kills the deck that doesn't run Iron Mine. Because now you have to run it. Pretty similar thing with Phoenix. Like, you can play Charge over Tadaka, but Tadaka's pretty good. Isomalt says he hurts, but whatever. Yeah, so we're seeing a 4 strength political here at the Manicured Garden. Let's see, the Stronghold is Ancestral Lands. So yeah, you probably just save, what ring is this? This is Water Ring, okay. I think you probably just save the Spirit Caller for the Stronghold. Just win Earth Ring, yeah. Easy. Or better yet, cloud him. Don't let your opponent flip him, yeah. Run Peasant's Advice and shuffle him back into the deck, right? If I were Handsome Dan, I would play a conflict character here. You can't though, because it's, well, you have the favor though. Yeah, so if you have a conflict character that you can play, I would definitely play it. Entire conflict deck of attachments, characters, and 1x events. That's how you play around Tadaka. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Dragon does, right? Like, not even them, though, because they need Hurricane Punch, they need Void Fist, they need Let Go, you know. Like, I don't think there's any deck that can realistically just run singleton events. It's definitely unfortunate for Dan that Manicured Garden was found here instead of Pilgrimage. Unless he has a Vengeful Oathkeeper, maybe. That gave him the fate to play it. Yeah, even if your deck is 1 times, knowing that you can't play another Voice of Honor is definitely a pretty big plus to Tadaka. He's thinking about this. Attachment Crane is coming though, yeah. I'll have to watch out for that. Ooh, wow. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that's kind of a mistake there to play the fan instead of just boxing. Well, it made him spend a Force Shame. Ooh, and we see Let Go on fan. Yeah, he could have boxed there. Um, yeah, he gave him the window to fan. He did have the Force Shame in hand, but you could have just boxed instead of committing the Force Shame. Of course, that would mean that Dan doesn't commit the fan there. So you traded a card for a card, I guess. But yeah, there is favor here. That's why you play the Ancient Master. Ooh, we see Doji Fumiki committed here as well. So Crane is spending a lot of characters. There's no Assassinate in the Lion deck, so there's nothing he can do about this. He's just going to have to let this break. Dan needs Consumed by 5 Fires. Well, he needs that, and he also needs enough Fate to play it, right? Yeah, pretty crazy conflict there. That is going to be the break. Chooses not to discard Ujiaki. Is there any reason not to discard? Also needs to not play Lion, yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. Oh, okay. So he doesn't discard because Spirit Caller could bring him back. That's fair. I was wondering about that. Man, I feel like because of the delay, like right after I realize something, that's when people in chat start giving me the answer. It's kind of funny. Why don't you turn the delay off? I don't know if you can, actually. I guess I can look into that. But, I mean, I don't think the delay is really that long, right? Like, why doesn't Spirit Caller call the good kind of spirits? I don't know. That does give me an idea, though, for a Spirit Caller alt art. Just turn off internet lag, yeah. Set your ping to 0. Easy. You could do an alt art for Spirit Caller where she's like on the phone. You could do it like a split screen where she's on the phone on one side of the split and then on the other side there's a spirit on a spirit phone. And she's calling the spirit. Ooh, I want to do that now. I'm going to write that down so I can do it later. Why would he pass conflict here? That is a good question. He does get favor this way. When I tap Spirit Caller, I should get Distilled Liquor IRL. I mean, sure. Hollow cards where it's one of the 5 costs at different angles. I feel like that's a reference I'm not getting. So, yeah, I mean, he passed his conflict there. I'm not 100% sure about that. Ooh, Dan's going to attack now. If he hits Shameful, this... Oh, but he can go military here, so he can just bring back Toturi. Ooh, he finds Upholding Authority as well. Yeah, I'm not sure on the past conflict. I was going to say, by leaving these characters standing, he guarantees favor. But how's he going to defend this now? He's gonna get double Earth Ringed here. Hmm. Oh, I see what you mean. Depending on what angle you look at it, you see something different. Yeah. Yeah, that would be neat, I guess. It's a little bit high tech though. He starts by putting two characters in the conflict, one of which stops events. Yeah, I mean, he can defend this, but if he does defend and he loses the conflict, then he doesn't get the favor. Right? Unless he leaves the samurai standing. Yeah, you could just defend with guests and then leave samurai standing and then you get favor. You don't want to let him have favor because then he can Spirit Caller Ujiaki next turn, which could be bad, especially if he breaks this. I left after I asked why he doesn't turn the delay off. Why? Oh, yeah, I did. Don't worry about it. Ooh, we see no defense here. Wow, he plays a Heroic Resolve on Spirit Caller, so he's trying to snipe the favorite call tie with that. Ooh, and he has another one. How many let goes was that? That was 2 let goes. Yeah, I did. Says it needs more bits. I did not say that, but if you do donate more bits, then I will look into turning the delay off, I guess. I feel like that's a promise I can make. So this could actually be pretty bad now for Crane if Lion is able to tie the favor here. I mean, yeah, I'll take more bits. Earthring discards Court Games and Force Shame. And yeah, he stands up the Spirit Caller, so he will tie favor, which means he will be able to bring back Ujiaki next turn. Needs to flip Challenger, yeah. That is pretty sick. And needs Dan to not flip FG, of course. The Stronghold being Ancestral is pretty bad for Crane. That's like the perfect Stronghold to have against them. Especially now that all that military skill is gone. You just have 0 now. That Resolve is so heroic, yeah. That's like... I mean, it's a pretty decent card, right? Like, it's not terrible. I don't know if you would run it in any clan that wasn't Lion, but it's pretty good. We see another guest here. Let's just kind of win more. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know. It's not great, like I said, but ooh, we do see a favorable ground for Lion here. Nice. Ooh, and another Ujiaki, so he's just going to be able to play Ujiaki and then Spirit Caller somebody else, like Kudaka or 7th Legion. 7th Legion would be good to try and break the Stronghold. I feel like you do the cheap charge Ujiaki. Well, there's only 1 charge left in the deck, so he probably doesn't have that. If he did, then yeah, you probably charge Ujiaki. The Crane's Stronghold is Rally, of course. So you probably would have to flip that first. Yeah, the favorable ground too. Pretty big brain there. He can all in. I mean, if he flips the stronghold first, he can definitely all in. Ooh, we see another rival. Is Crane just gonna go for the political break? Like, I think if he does that, Dan just defends, like, he moves in Ujiaki and puts a bunch of characters in there. Does Crane have any four shames left? Crane has one four shame left. Yeah, favorable ground's still there. How about court games? He has 2 court games left. Yeah, that's true. If he swings with guests and misses, like Isomalt says, that is pretty bad. He currently has 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just 9 plus 4. So he has 13 skill. That's not enough, right? Like, it's 12 to break, and you can just move in Ujiaki and then use the ability. Well, covert just doesn't matter, right? Like, I mean, you get to covert 2 people, so it kind of does, but he has the favorable ground, so he can move in the one that he really wants to move in. Yeah, you definitely covert those 2, though. So we are seeing the all-in here. Defend with LPB, move in Ujiaki. Oh, you couldn't have coverted LPB anyway because she has covert, but why do you defend with LPB? I'm not really sure what putting her in there does. Soaks court games, okay, sure. Ooh, we see a Cloud the Mind on guest. That is his last fate. Oh, admit defeat. Yeah, that's true as well. Hey, Mind's Desire. Ooh, and he... Wait. Guys? Ooh, he ready for battles that. Wait. What's happening? So this order is actually better for Crane, I guess? Now he just boxes. Wait. What is he doing? Dan, please. I mean, I guess this eats the box, so you can't. Okay, so you put in AG and Toturi probably. Yep. So it's 13 to 11 now. No, he's out of RFBs. There are only 2 in the deck. That was kind of a weird sequence. It actually did work out better for Crane though. Dan should have probably moved in as the first action. What did he do as the first action? Oh, he clouded. Okay. Why do you cloud for censure maybe? No, but he doesn't have... He didn't censure that. Yeah, that's just kind of confusing. Like, if you move in first, then admit defeat is turned off and he has to stronghold and then you RFB. Wait. Oh, right. Cloud the Mind for ready for battle. Sure. But yeah, I mean, either way, he shouldn't have played the ready for battle to begin with, since you can just box. Did he know there was admit defeat? He didn't know that, but there are 2 in the deck, and he hadn't played any yet, so it was a pretty okay chance. But yeah, like I think playing the ready for battle was kind of just a mistake there. We're going to see Crane pass. He is still winning this. He's going to get the firing. Ooh, but that means Dan gets the Death Seeker. Firing dishonors Spirit Caller, sure. That's fine. So I would probably go... So Crane has 1 fate, and all of the characters bowed here. So Dan kind of has free reign to do whatever he wants here. Dishonor Spirit Caller, yeah, that is what he did. Are you questioning why he did that? I believe he dishonored Spirit Caller just so that Dan would have less skill. Yeah, you definitely go water here at Rally. Yeah, and then I guess... Ooh, he switches it to military and then assassinates. Interesting. Wait. So Crane probably has a Fury, right? I think that's what's happening here. I think Crane has a Fury. So he assassinates the Death Seeker, and then if Spirit Caller Spirit calls somebody, you just Fury that. Fury doesn't do anything? Oh, right. Fury has that thing where it doesn't always work. I always forget about that with Fury because I'm used to having 0 glory. Yeah, so you Spirit Call the 7th Legion, right? 7th Legion has 2 glory, so that works. And then you sacrifice that to Stronghold, you stand up Toturi, you get another military attack. Actually, no, you just break, right? Because it's, yeah, it's just 7 to... Yeah, he can just break this, I think. Yeah, and he just says GG there. He knows that there's nothing Crane can do to stop this. Yep, that is going to be the break. Wow. Pretty interesting game. Any Stewie for shame left? Yeah, that would be the only way to stop it. He does, I believe, have 1 for shame and 2 Stewarts. So he could have had it, right? But I guess he just didn't have it. Hooray, heroic resolve. Yeah, that was really the MVP there. Yeah, that favorable ground was really huge, for sure. Without that, he probably would have just lost, right? Well, I guess you Spirit Caller Kudaka or something, and then you don't necessarily lose. Right. You just Spirit Caller on defense. That's true as well. Alright, so Dan is going to advance to the top 8, which is pretty cool. What's the furthest a lion has ever made? I feel like, I know Dan's made like at least top 8 before, right? I don't know. But yeah, he will play against Enegon, so it'll be the last crab versus the last lion. So 1 clan will get eliminated during that game. We still have 2 Phoenix, we have 2 Crane, we have 2 scorpion, and then 1 lion, 1 crab. So dragon and unicorn, the only ones who have been eliminated so far. Dragon, a little bit surprising, but I guess they just didn't have great luck this season. But yeah, that's going to be it for this game. So thanks again for the bits from you guys and for the subscription. Yeah, MD, well, he was playing, but he got eliminated by Merlin. He had a bit of an unlucky game there. Merlin played it pretty well. But yeah, that's going to do it here. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.